Ladies and gentlemen, our first guest is a three-time Emmy Award-winning actor for his role in, of course, the beloved Breaking Bad show. Ooh. He's now making his Broadway stage debut at a new play entitled All the Way. It's at the Neil Simon Theater through June 29th. Here he is, Bryan Cranston, everyone. Nice to see you again. Thank you very much.
Good to see you again, Dave. Thanks for having me on.
For some reason, I didn't realize that this was your first effort on the big stage. That's not right, is it?
No, well, you know, no, I did Sex Box for a couple of months.
What a hit that was.
So, yes, this is my Broadway debut.
Wow, but you've worked in live theater.
Yeah, I've done theater in the past, and it's always been a fun thing for me to do, and it's very empowering for an actor to be able to be on stage and say a few things and get the immediate reaction from the audience.
Now, here's what I've noticed all of these years working in front of an audience. Everything is the same each night, but it's also different every night. You get that feeling?
Very much so, especially when you make mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm the president of that club. But they also, I heard on the radio the other day, a fascinating discussion between a stand-in, an understudy, and a swing. What do those terms mean in terms of theater?
Those all pertain to Sex Box, I believe.
Well, I know. I know the swing, sure.
We're just going to keep flowing on this. So, yeah, stand-in, swing.
Well, I wouldn't say flowing exactly. We're wading across the shallow part of it.
Ejecting?
Yeah, something. Not me. But a stand-in, you've done understudy work.
Yes, I did some understudy work in Los Angeles. There was a play called Wrestlers, where there was basically it's a three-character play, but mostly about these two brothers. And I was asked to understudy both of these characters. And one of the actors was Mark Harmon. Terrific guy.
Yeah, he was on NCIS here on CBS.
That's right. And the other actor was the playwright, and he had to leave because of a family illness, so I stepped into his role. And then when he came back, I stepped back. Mark Harmon went to finish a movie. I stepped into his role. He came back. I stepped back. And then I filled in for Bill once more. And one time we were doing the play. I haven't thought about this in a long time. We were doing the play, and I have all the dialogue raging through my head. I know it all, except when there's a bottleneck, you know, like on the George Washington Bridge, when there's that kind of thing. And I'm standing there, and we're right down in front of the audience, and Mark says his line, and I just go up, which is the term for
blank. You don't know. Signals are crossed.
Couldn't think of the word at all. All eyes are on me. So I did a terrible thing to him. I said, well, you know what they say. You never know. And I know I looked at him like, please help. And he looked at me and thought, oh, thanks a lot. Because now the audience is all looking at him and going, he's not saying anything. He must have forgot his words. And then all of a sudden he threw out a line that got us back on track. So.
Wow, scary though, isn't it?
Scary thought.
And it probably felt like a half an hour.
Exactly.
How long did it last?
It was probably about 15 seconds.
Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, you never know. We'll be right back with Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston is, well, how do you like this? How many shows a week do you do?
I'm on stage 8 shows a week.
How's that? Are you comfortable doing that? I mean, you must be in shape now to do the 8 shows a week, right?
Yeah, I'm thinner than LBJ was. He battled his weight his whole life. But I knew that in order to stay in shape to do this, it's a 3-hour play, 8 shows a week. So it's
3 hours.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Well, there's an intermission nap time, so we give a pillow to everybody, and they can take a quick nap.
In the beginning, I mean, you got to work up to that. You can't be ready to go right out of the rehearsal.
No, you're right. And so I instituted something that I thought will help me sustain my voice throughout.
Have you had trouble with the voice?
We did the play in Boston, and near the end of the run there, I could feel my voice getting hoarse. And I need everything because LBJ was ferocious. So I talked to a wonderful actor, Audra McDonald, and she did Porgy and Bess, and she told me that her ear, nose, and throat said, you shut down on Mondays. Don't say anything on Mondays. So I started Silent Mondays. And I carry around little note cards or a little white erase board, and I'll, what's the soup?
Yeah.
Everything. And it's really helped. It's changed my perspective on things, too.
What does it do emotionally? I mean, physically, we understand you're resting the machinery.
Yeah.
But what does it do to you emotionally not to communicate verbally with humans?
It makes things simpler.
Really?
Yeah, it really does. I'm telling you. We're so keyed into talking all the time. And you'd have a thought, and normally you'd say it. But on Mondays, I'm starting to write it and then realize, it's not even worth writing. So just, I slow down my thinking. I look at architecture more.
Isn't that fascinating?
It is fascinating.
Because you would not think that would be anything other than just saving your vocal cords.
No.
But yet it's given you a brand new awareness.
It's a whole nother appreciation for human beings.
Now, I wonder if a person were to do that more than a day, like a week, what would that do to a person after a week?
I don't know, but sometimes I would really love my wife to participate.
Wow. Whoa.
We could edit that out, can't we?
Let's talk about LBJ. Now, here's a guy. We know him in one context and maybe a few other activities in his administration. What do you now know about LBJ that you didn't know before? Lyndon Baines Johnson. Vice President John F. Kennedy assumes the presidency upon the assassination, forces through civil rights legislation.
Right.
And we all know him as a kind of a coarse, gruff fellow. What do you learn about him here?
He was a backslapping, good old boy, storytelling kind of guy.
Real politician, though, right?
His political acumen was unparalleled. He knew how to get what he wanted, and he did that by finding out what other congressmen and senators wanted for their own particular states and getting it for them so that he can get what he needed.
He really worked the I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back.
He knew it was a horse trade. He knew it was going to cost him something in order to get what he wanted.
And looking back now at this perspective, some 50 years, has history been kind to him? Mixed? What is the historic viewpoint of him now?
Well, I think it's funny you should say that. It is the 50th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which was his landmark legislation. Enormously important to the country. I think it's time to revisit his legacy.
Contributions?
Yes, yeah. and not to be historically revisionist, because Vietnam is Vietnam. He made enormous mistakes there, and it was a horrible situation. But domestically, his policies were incredibly important. Medicare, Medicaid, the public endowment for the arts, Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Voting Rights Act, the farm bills, early education bills. I mean, just tremendous, and it goes on and on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a fascinating topic. It's a wonderful presentation. It's called All the Way with LBJ.
All the Way with LBJ.
That's right. You can see it now through the 29th at the Neil Simon Theater, and good luck getting tickets. I'm guessing the thing is just flat sold out.
It's getting pretty close to
I would
sold
think
out.
so.
Yeah, we're very.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Bryan Cranston. Good to see you again, Bryan.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you very
Good
much.
to see you, my friend.
Take care of your.
Thanks, I will.
We'll be right back with Melissa Rauch.